Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Lump Dog, your favorite fantasy football commissioner's favorite fantasy football commissioner, and I'm back with another PPH video commissioner message, week number 8 of the 2025 season. Well, y'all, we're getting late into the football season here, the fantasy season. Things just really not working out for your boy, Mr. Sweet Spot. Really starting to. Can't seem to. I got 2 wins in a row, but couldn't make it 3 and get myself back to 500. So back to 2 games under 500. Had some trades though this week. Trading season is upon us. We only have a few more weeks until the trading deadline, which is week 7. So once again, week 7 is the trading deadline. You can see by our standings here, we got 3 teams at the top with West Point Gators, Mr. Liberty or Death, and Jay Nashty. Give it up to West Point Gators. Not only did he win the weekly last week and beat me, which is an accomplishment within itself. The other thing he was able to do was I put up a vote, my vote for one subject at the rules meeting. So Gator has won that one. It's his choice. So whatever subject he comes up, he can end up taking it. What's the twist on this is we don't know what the subjects are. It's not like there's an agenda. So if he uses it, something else might come up later in the rules meeting. So hopefully he holds his gunpowder and only takes that vote when it's something that benefits him, and he can then use it to vote in whatever or vote out whatever he needed to. He wants to, because the power is his. He's allowed to do it. So we got those 3 at the top. We got Just My Luck, Midnight Hammers, Rookie, and Mollywops at 5 and 3. Irresistible Force, No Way Jose at 4 and 4. And then Boogaloo Boys, Mr. Sweet Spot, Patty's Playboys, Brew Dogs at 3 and 5. And then on the outside, looking in, Smoking Damn Haters and Spiced Up. Man, we ain't seen Duke at the bottom of the league in quite a long time. So I will give him that. This is definitely the season for hell for him, because he's usually not this bad. He's usually near the top or in the mix. Never have I seen Duke prepping the PPH fishing boat this early in the fantasy season. Only about halfway through, and he's already getting that thing prepped up, getting his tackle box dusted off. Good thing is, though, from what I hear in Montana, he's a good fisherman. So maybe that's his calling. Maybe he just needs to be a fisherman full time. So anyway, like I said, a couple different trades that went down just recently. We had Midnight Hammers and Spiced Up do a 3-player trade. Spiced Up gave up CeeDee Lamb and Devin Neal for Derrick Henry. I guess fair enough. I don't know why you would need Devin Neal, but is what it is. So I'm sure. I don't know if Smoking Them Britt is upset that he could have had CeeDee Lamb instead of McCaffrey, DK. I wonder if he would rather have that than what he had traded Derrick Henry for, but hasn't helped him out. He's 2 and 6, so we'll see how that goes. Another big huge trade here. Tyrone Tracy got traded for Andrews and Tua between Patty's, Playboys, and Mollywops. These 2 play each other this week, so it's weird that they would be trading each other the week that they play each other. One of them might be kicking themselves if that other one leads to a win. Let's see right now real quick their matchup. Does anyone scoring preview? Let's see if they put any of those guys in. I'm sure Tyrone Tracy, because Pacheco is injured. That's why I'm pretty sure he made that trade. Let's take a look here. So, yep, Tyrone Tracy is in. So that helped him out, gave him a spot to fill there against you. So that's a little tough, even though you're favored to win there, Patty. And did you put in? You have Mark Andrews in. So that's going to be a little hard, these 2 guys. It'd be great if this game comes down to either Tyrone Tracy or Mark Andrews for the winner. So we'll see how that works out. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into last week's games and see what went down in the PPH. So as always, I don't like to start off with my team because everyone says I just talk about my team. So let's talk about other teams here. We got No Way Jose taking out the rookies, 130.8 to 121.6. Rookies is really starting to slow down a little bit here. I think obviously losing Jaden Daniels has hurt the squad. I mean, Jackson Dart, not a bad replacement there with 33 points, but definitely not, doesn't give you that, 50, 60-point guy like Jaden Daniels can go off. Isaiah Davis, of course, he gets 17 point. When I had him, he got 2 fucking points. But when you get him, 17.9, of course. 11.6 from Addison, 14.1 from Flowers, 10.3 from Juwan Johnson, 18.1 from McLaughlin, and 10 from the Broncos D. Wasn't enough to get it done. Falls to 5-3. No Way Jose stepped up, not for Dak Prescott, though, with only 15.9. But Barkley finally shows up this year with 35.4 and hurts his groin. Chase Brown went ahead and showed up with 25.5 points. Seems like Flacco being there is starting to help him out a little bit. Kareem Hunt, a couple short there touchdowns, gets 17.2, and then Dicker the kicker with 15.2, enough to get the dub, gets himself to 4-4. All right, and the next game we had Just My Luck taking out Midnight Hammers, 116 to 114.1. Midnight Hammers, Baker Mayfield has really slowed down the last few weeks, not really showing up like the MVP he was there the first 5 or 6 weeks of the season. Hopefully, maybe he can turn it around. I don't know, but Ibuka has been kind of taking him down with him. I don't know what's going on with the Bucs. I don't know if the loss of Evans is what's really causing this issue, but the first few weeks they didn't have Evans and they were on fire, so I doubt that's the issue. Anyway, 19.1 from Derrick Henry, 21.1 from Chase, and then 28 from the Buccaneers defense. Wasn't enough to get it done. Falls to 5-3. Just My Luck improves to 5-3. 24.1 from Mariota, 40.4 from Jonathan Taylor. He's just been tearing it up. MVP so far, I think, of the NFL at this point of the season. 14.4 from Devontae Smith, 12.6 from Folk, and 116 was enough to get it done and get the dub. So, good job there. Both 5-3. Next game, this was the Ship Bowl. This was both 1-6 teams taking on, or Jimmy was 1-6 against Spiced Up at 2-5, and Jimmy, the haters, was enough to get it done, 123.4 to 115. Josh Allen with 35, 15.1 from Dobbins, 18.4 from Fannin Jr., 17.2 from Spears, and 10 from the Chiefs D was enough to get the dub and improve to 2-6. Spiced Up, Caleb Williams with 27.9, 15.1 from DeAndre Swift, 14.6 from CeeDee Lamb, 10.7 from Sutton, 14.9 from Pitts, and 15.4 from Fairman. Wasn't enough to get it done. Only 3 from that Niners D. I was telling him that don't expect a big, but ended up ending the interception drought of the Niners, so that's good. But wasn't enough to get it done. Falls in the last place all by himself at 2-6, like I was saying at the beginning. Not usually we see Spiced Up at the bottom of the standings, so take a picture, write it down, because it might not happen anytime soon again. We'll see how the luck plays out. All right, in the next game we got Molly Wops taking out the Boogaloo Boys, 133.3 to 132.9. So 0.4 points is what separated this game. I mean, couldn't be much closer than that. Molly Wops improves to 5-3. Boogaloos falls to 3-5. Joe Flacco with 41.7, but now he's injured. 20.1 from Achin, 19.4 from Ndunze, 17.8 from Goddard, and 10 from the Patriots defense. And what happened was, it looks like there was a safety that they added here. I guess supposedly they had 8 points on Sunday night when we woke up, or Monday, and we woke up on Tuesday. They had the safety and 10 points, and he ended up getting the win. I went to bed, he had lost. Woke up, was like, what? How did he win? I guess it was the safety that got added there in the stat corrections. So, once again, the luckiest man, fantasy football strikes again and gets the dub, the close win. I mean, dude, he beat me by like a 1.6 points or something like that. Got another win by 0.4, so he's got like 2 wins for like under 2 points, or A little over 2 points, something in that range. I mean, can you get much luckier than that? I mean, you take 2 more losses, you take those out of the win column, you only got 3 wins and 5 losses, so same record as me. So definitely getting lucky there and pulling out the dubs, getting them worked. Putting in that work to get them W's. All right, anyway, Daniel Jones with 45.5, 20.7 from Vidals, 20.8 from McConkey, 25.5 from Steve Rice, 0 from Ferguson, and 0 from the Bengals. That's got to hurt when you lose by 0.4. I mean, you got a 1 catch by Ferguson wins it. I mean, come on, guy. You're just like the #1 tight end in the league, and you put up a 0? That's ridiculous. Anyway, that wasn't enough to get it done and falls to 3-5. But I look at Paulie's team; it looks like the most well-rounded to me personally. We've got Harrison here on the bench, another top Brian Thomas Jr. on the bench. So he's got like 2 top 20, 25 wide receivers there on his bench. So he's looking pretty good in my book. It just needs to get some luck, I guess. I still have to face him, so maybe hold off on the luck. Can continue the way you're going for now. In the next game, we got Irresistible Force taking out Brewdogs 181.6 to 103. Irresistible Force improves to 4-4. Bo Nix with 45.7, 10.4 from Diggs, 26.9 from Franklin, 34.3 from Kraft, 18.7 from Godson, and then 13.4 from Loop, and 18 from the Browns defense got him to that 181.6. Wasn't enough to get the weekly. Thanks to Travis Kelce taking that swooping that out of your hands. But enough to get the W and get back to 500 at 4-4. Brewdogs falls to 3-5. Only 37.6 from Cook. I say only. I meant to say Rattler, but 37.6 from Cook with over 200 yards rushing, looking like a beast. Xavier Worthy with 10.3, not much else going on other than Higgins with 11.4 and Commanders with 12. But wasn't enough, barely over 100 points, not going to usually get you the win. So, also 3-5. All right, in the next game we got Mr. Liberty taking out Mr. Liberty or Death taking out Smoking Them 123.9 to 123.2, so 0.7 loss here by Smoking Them, falling to 2-6. Jordan Love did everything he could to try to get him the win with 56 points, but just couldn't get him over the over that hump because Bernard Smith from the Chiefs actually had it won for his Stains, but there was a holding call that pulled back like a 14-yard run, and I don't think he touched the ball after that. So tough loss. 0 from Quentin Johnson. That's got a sting. So 23.5 from Pittman. I think I'm about to throw the towel in on our Woody Marks Pittman bet. I mean, maybe Woody Marks starts getting, but Pittman's been doing pretty good. He only has like 2 games in single digits, so he's probably far and well ahead on that. So I'll probably owe Britt next draft on that bet. I blame my inebriated self for making that. I don't know what I was thinking. 16.5 from Metcalf. Again, Derrick Henry was one of the guys who got for him. So anyway, wasn't enough to get it done. Falls to 2-6. Mr. Liberty or Death. Not sure who the guy is in the profile pic. Someone old, obviously. Alexander Graham Bell or something like that. I'm not sure. Anyway, probably the inventor of rowing. Jalen, or maybe the Snappiness King. Maybe that's who that is. Jalen Hurts with 44.1. Jacobs with 13.5. 10 from Scatterboo. Loses Scatterboo for the year, though, so that's a tough blow. 20.9 from Waddle. 14.8 from Pickens. And that was it. And got it done, though. So ended up getting 0.7 win, improves to 6-2. And the next game, we got the Patty's Playboys taking out Jay Nashty, 110.8 to 92.2. Jay Nashty went ahead and went Wentz for some reason, only 17.4. 14.4 from McLaurin, 14.3 from Kittle, and 10 from the Eagles defense. Under 100 is not going to get it done, so takes the L, falls to 6-2. Patty's Playboys improves to 3-5. Mahomes with 44.9, and then 16.4 from the Dyke, and then 23 from the Bills defense. 110.8. It's not going to get you wins most week, but when you're playing someone that scores 92, it will. So congratulations there. And what pisses me off here in the next game is I would have beaten all but one other team. Gators and the Irresistible Force are the only two teams couldn't beat this week, and I obviously had to play one of them. So I ended up taking the L to Gator 183.2 to 139.1. Herbert with 43.9. Brees Hall just good. Dummy with 36.1. 17.9 from Javonte Williams. 14.3 from Olave. 20.8 from Shakir. 21.9 from Kelsey. 11.3 from Noel. And 13 from the Chargers D. That gets it done. Gets them to 183.2. Just didn't have the firepower, man. Obviously, Jordan Mason there hurt me, but, just didn't get that 30 and then 20-point games. All my showed up, but I needed like one of my other major players there, like Jefferson, potentially, or I don't know. Yeah, Drake May or someone. I don't know. But they needed to get well over their above average, and they didn't do it. So, but Drake May's proven to me he's an every week quarterback now. Like, I was really scared of this matchup. Matter of fact, if Penix wasn't injured, I was going to start Penix over May this weekend because I was actually a little frightened by, or I shouldn't say frightened, but I didn't like the matchup of May at home against the Cleveland Browns. They were tough defense. Didn't think he was going to be able to really find receivers. But, hey, man, 280-something yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 50 yards rushing. I'll take that all day. So he, to me now, every day, every week starter, no matter the matchup. No longer need really a backup other than for his bye week, which happens to be in week 14, which happens probably to be the 1 week I'm going to need to win. The way it's shaping up here, to probably make the playoffs. If I can hopefully just pull out a win this week, but we'll see. If I fall to 3-6, I'm pretty much done. I'm on the verge. So we'll see how that goes this week. But anyway, rest of my team, Willie Marks with 15.1, 14.4 from Jefferson, 16.9 from McMillan, 22 from Boswell, and that was it. Jefferson, man, you really need to. That's like, I always feel like that's him not even trying, really. 7 receptions for 70 yards. It's like, that's like should be what you should do rolling out of bed, man. I drafted you because I thought you were going to get a touchdown, and you only have 1 so far. So hopefully those are coming here starting this week. Anyway, that was week. I fall to 3-5, and West Point Gators improves to 6-2. So real quick, let's just go over here and come to the power rankings. And you can obviously hear who even though I have a 3-5 record, I'm top 10 in power, top 6 in power, I should say, rankings. So that's well spiced up all the way at the bottom, even the power rankings. That's tough. And then I always like looking at the manager stats because it shows you who's making chances. Like who's going by the guru, right? Who's just what are the predicted points? I'm just going to go with them, right? So no, when you see those projected points, you're like, you know what? I like that guy. I don't like that matchup. You see who's making moves, who's actually trying to take risks, who's making up their own mind and not just a bunch of sheep. So, looks like everyone is trying to taking at least one risk. So, good job. I should say that. Only one though between Nash, Nash and Boogaloo Boys. They're pretty much playing it by the book. They have one. Well, even Darren's got 1-1. He's won. Man, really good there, Darren boy. With your one spiced up though, Duke. Ouch. 1-5. This is what's costing you too, bro. Minus 35.8. Irresistible only 2-9. Minus cost them almost 100 points. 91.7. Has to be when they were starting Geno Smith over Bo Nix near the beginning of this after Bo Nix had a couple bad games. But these are pretty cool. Look at Mollywops only 1-2, cost himself 19 points. And then it showed you how many times you set a perfect lineup too with all. But look at me, man. Check that out, bro. 4 out of 4. Yeah, keeping that perfect record. The manager stats. That's where the real glory's at. This is where the real glory's at, man. The manager stats. 4 chances, 4 correct chances. Success rate 100% there. Earned an extra 34 points. Totally earned a win off of that one of the choices I've made. So, and I've had 2 perfect lineups. So that's great. That's right there at the lead too, man. Oh, well, no way Jose with 3. He's got 3 perfect lineups. So good job there. But I'm at the top there, bro. 4-4. Can't get much better than that unless you're 5 out of 5. But we'll see. Making good decisions, just my luck is just all bad this year. All bad. All right, y'all. So again, before I get out of here, week 11, trading deadline, a couple things, a couple trades that just went down, nothing big, nothing major, other than, CeeDee Lamb and Derrick Henry happened. And let us know what you think. What do you feel like that was a good trade? Who do you think won the trade? Make a call. All right, so Lump Dog's out, and I will talk with you all next week. Peace.